very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody here, boy? A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. They teach all your manners in Trinidad and Barbados and so on. All who from, wherever all you're from, say yeah? Yeah. Right, I just want to save the people who from Carrera. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight to hold conversation concerning West Indian people. Those who are not West Indian, learn something. Those who are West Indian and you learn something that you didn't know, you also learn something. And those who know everything about West Indian, go back home, right? That's a good move. I just want to make the point that the star of the show from Barbados, I is of Bajan stock too. My father was a Bajan. And just like all you, he ended up in Trinidad because he ran from home. You understand what So we have to get comfortable and understand why we are who we are and why we are here. However, Trinidad has taken on a persona of its own. You understand what I'm saying? Today a man stopped me and tell me how he here Trinidad is the impossible island, is impossible. I say impossible to do what? Everybody doing everything. Who killing, who thieving, who corrupting, and who seeing the pressure. Trinidad is the freest country in the world. Freedom turned a free for all. It's nice. Anything you want to do, you could do it in Trinidad. The only time you just be a crook, or the only time you just be a thief, or the only time you just be a killer, is if they catch you. Other than that, you could make a career and then from old age if they never catch you. You understand what I'm saying? So I want people to understand that I am from the land of freedom. Trinidad and Tobago. And I must put in the and, because those of us who don't want to live in Trinidad, too much crime, and those of we who want to go to Tobago, too much crime, living in the and. You understand? So don't get tied up. You can't get away. Can't get away. But we have problems understanding where we are. I tell you why. If you're from Claxton Bay and you're thief a man thing and you fly to Tobago and a man from Cuba fly to Tobago and kill you, we ain't sure who killing is that. We aren't sure if it's a Trinidad killing in Tobago or Tobago killing because it was done there. You understand what I'm saying? The other thing is if they shoot you in December and you're dead in January, we ain't sure which year to put you as a statistic when you're dead. You understand? Also, if the police kill you, we're not sure if that adding to the murders. Police is a different thing. Police murders just go under live sport and you understand? And I want to differentiate all them things so you go understand what I'm getting into. If a police kill you, that is in line of duty, the police kill you. Yes. And that is the only murder that everybody in that area see. So when the police kill you with a here, the man didn't have no gun, they shoot him in the back, and he was a nice boy, he used to go to church 4 times a week, all kind of things. However, if you just get killed and there's no police involved, nobody can see. Them is the murders we checking on. Not the police. The police have a duty to murder anybody to keep down crime. You know. That is the duty of the police, is not to solve crime. It's to keep down crime. When we have an area, it have 40 killing, the police have to kill the relevant people to make sure it only have 20. You understand? When they tell you crime down, it means that the more killing in San Fernando than in Port of Spain. If they tell you crime up, there's more people killing in Tongue than in San Fernando. It's a geographical answer. You understand what I say? You don't understand that. So now that we're clear on where we are, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago paradise. And contrary to popular belief, you could also dead in paradise. Because happiness has killed you. You understand? So in paradise, you could dead in paradise. I will tell you certain things that you will not remember. I'll tell you why we get how we get. The young people and them cell phone crazy. That is a separate work. It ain't have no vowel again. Young people spelling because they have big finger and the phone have small number. So young people are spelling the word right, but they don't spell already and they're going back there, they're busy. So when young people sign BRB, Bub, stupid me, I learn English. What a Bub, they say be right back. That's okay. And cell phone is the problem. And a man, an educator in one of the islands says, because of the cell phone, the young people can't write nothing. We make them with big finger, and we give them phone with big letter. You understand what I say? Next one, to ask a man, it have a thing called Tano. I said, Tano? Say, yes, no, this cell phone, it have Tano. I said, what is Tano? They say if you ask somebody to use their phone, they just tell you Tano. Say, what that mean? They say, Tano money. So that you have to understand these things. You understand what I'm saying? Tano money, Bub. But we get to that point because long time when we parents are teaching with that dotishness, we did learn it. We did learn it when they tell we, don't bring that boy in this house again, he 40 teeth he wears. What is 40? How did I spell that? But we know, if they tell we 40, bring, yeah. And I send you in the parlor and your best cards, bring back my change. Remember that? Your best cards, and it's a whole long sentence, you know, your best cards, bring back my change, else you go find out where barley does grow. What the hell is that? May I grow up with barley? May know it's barley, but they just tell you, you're going to know where barley does grow. Yeah, that you go find out then. And then a posy. All you come out here and all you playing, all you no posy. Let me tell you something. Any family that have more than 10 children in the family grow up in a house with posy. I'm going to tell you why, because everybody going to sleep. From the time you are get up and you drag the posy, your mother and father get up, child. That is what has happened, is the posy does wake up the baby makers. I mean, here, everybody up, child. So that posy, you don't understand, posy, plus 2 people with bladder cancer and all them things, that come from WC on hill. Now they just give blue water and all they just go in there and line up and play and all you sophisticated. That is a plastic WC, that is all that is. Long time in that WC, Japanese vine and a quarter moon on the door. But it used to be up the hill, so you used to lock off your bladder till 6 o'clock next morning. And then you had to go upstairs, and people practice to get sinus because you had to hold this posy in front of you and go up the hill to empty it. That scent would have make, you'd have stopped going to church if you could have taken that. So you see the development coming. Look at me. I walk in on the road, a man tell me, hey, you're PNM. And I can't argue with him to say it's not a PNM. Although it's not a PNM, it's bigger than me. Because I can tell you why. 1955, I was 6 years old. My brother is 7. My father does not like the PNM. And my mother is of PNM. She liked Dr. Williams. So, my mother and my father argue, and I was only 6, me can't argue with nobody. My mother leave and gone back by she mother because my father ain't like P&M. And left me, the 6-year-old, and my brother, the 7-year-old, to live with this non-P&M. But he can't cook to save his life. So me and my brother start to starve. We hold a meeting and tell him, we want food. He said, well, you know what's the problem? So we hold our next meeting and say, give me P&M. So that is how I end up being a P&M. It's just because of starvation. I couldn't vote, I couldn't do nothing. But the problem with that is they stay so long that everything happened to me since that was in P&M time. So when they say, what about your education? I had to tell them, P&M give me. But not because I was a P&M, because I was starved to death if my father didn't bring back my mother to feed me. So I couldn't argue that I was not a P&M, but I was not a P&M for the same reason people who sensible just vote P&M. You understand what that? I just want to make that point. These are things you must understand. When it come out, you don't understand why. Let me tell you something. Long time before cell phone, if you're going by your partner, it have a whistle. You whistle he. So your partner next door ain't know because all you're going on thief mango. And he's across. He can't climb tree and ball hard. But what I realize now is that half of we could whistle. But because of cell phone, we can't teach nobody to whistle. So that when a man going down the road whistling, and a young boy say, how you does do that? He say, just, and you go whistle. We cannot teach them to whistle. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to watch that because they have a lot of things we can't teach them. I never learned patois. My mother could have talked patois, which I did not know. About 1949 and it's 1969 when Sparrow sings Sasaye, I know she could talk patois. Because as Sasaye sings, she says, oh God, Sparrow. And I say, she speaks a patois. And years after, when it's safe to ask she, because she ain't ashamed to tell me, I say, Halls, you just talk patois? She say, yes. And she give me a good excuse, which I accept, why she never teach me patois. She said, have a thing they used to say, when big people talking, go in the back. But I never want to do my child that. So I didn't teach you patois, so you could have stayed in front and I understand what I say. So I accept that and I forgive she. So you understand the problem, but it's not easy. And we grew up with all them set of madness. And now we at this level, we know where we're going. I had to hold a conversation in front of a big audience, bigger than all you, to discuss emancipation and Calypso. I say, well, Calypsonian is the only people that ever study emancipation. The rest of we had a bag of people who get all kind of foreign education and was running the country and going anywhere. The Calypsonian teach we that. The Calypsonian start about talk people, things like Meme and Benwood, they can think. That's what we did talking on the street, but they want me to talk good English and think politically correct. A bag of people with degree want to be superior to we with the foreign education. But the Baba Green and the Calypson, Yan, is the people that keep we rooted, that understand. It have a thing called in Trinidad called the Emancipation Support Committee. Them now reach where they want money for slavery. You could understand after I invent pan and elevator and traffic light and lawnmower and running my own thing, them now going and talk about repatriation. That means them only 100 years old. Them in 17 something. Abraham Lincoln more advanced than them and he did white like last night. What they come to tell me? You understand? But of course, now we reach where we get emancipation, everybody thinking straight. We lost where we are again. Because men with the foreign education now writing calypso, with big word we can understand, with opinion we don't want, and with music we can't understand neither. Look, Papa Rocky there. He know what we just play now. And if he could call on his hand how much people that listen to Trinidad music now. On his hand, one hand, and not using the joint on his finger, using the Franco-bent finger. Because nobody are talking to we again. It gone back years. It have to be politically incorrect. When a man talking about horn, he can't talk about the wife was disenfranchised. Getting horn. His wife left him home and going out for boo-too. We have to talk that. That's what we know. He was disenfranchised and his wife, you know, and a bag of English that we know. We learn English. We learn English and how to bend it up. We learn English. We learn English to hide. We learn English to make sure all you who could talk English know that all you can hide it from. We know how to bend it up, and the Calypsonian teach we that. The Calypsonian. Them is the only people know about emancipation. So when you started emancipate yourself from mental slavery and you're reading the Bob Marley song, the only people that emancipated we from mental slavery is the Calypsonian. Stupidity and them. We have a whole government. Wake up a morning and tell we they're doing it for we. And a man had to strike, lie down in front of a bulldozer to get the people who doing something from we to talk to who we doing it for. Me and with Kublal sing right. But my point is, he can't ask nobody nothing. Everybody want highway. They billing it, they stop billing it, they lock him up, his father dead, and me him go point since. Me I haven't understand the highway. I still 200 car deep going to work 6 o'clock in the morning and then building a highway to point. And all the business in town. And they building a highway to point. I ain't about talking, where's she going? Is all you so causing the problem? I ain't about talking point, I just ain't go point because I have no, it's not the center of nothing. But it's a center that will help point people. But it ain't going to help the rest of the country because they're not putting no birth and death place. And they ain't putting a hospital in point. So if I get sick and I'm in Sando, I have to turn left and go in town. I can't turn right and go in point and have no hospital. You want me dead on the road or? If you feel I have a choice and I would like to dead where I want, I could just take a taxi and drop out George Street. Or me I know the address for the hospital. I could walk up the Nelson. I'm sure I will end up in the hospital. So that I ain't bad talking point, darling. God bless point, all you ain't killing nobody. That might mean all you had too much people in point. It's like the kidnapping. Yes, they slow down on kidnapping. Why? They run out of people. Two things they run out of: hiding place and people. You kidnap somebody, you had to have them somewhere. You understand? To start with, you had to have them somewhere. And nobody must know where you had them. And then you go send for money. The conditions of service, very difficult. They run out of hiding place. But the police check everything. The police so ain't good. They check in place where you are hiding people. So by the time they find where you hide them, they know all the hiding place. You understand? And then the thing is, you have to call for money. If they kidnap me I have no money. But they ain't going to know that because I work on Plenty Show. But I give them the thing for kidnapping me. I could tell you, I have a list of promoters that them pay me. So that I could give you a less value in about $1 million. And you could go and You know, collect your money. And when you collect enough, you could send me. You understand what I'm saying? And plus two, I allergic to fish. You have to go and buy chicken. All kind of wrong thing, you know what I mean? And you can't hold on my mother to get money for me. My mother dead. You can't hold on my father. He dead too. I was an orphan. Me have no children. Me have no wife. Me have no child in college. You go take him out of college or you go kidnap the child. So you had to hold me. You're depending on me for promoters who did not pay me. That is where the money is coming from. It is easier to write me a letter and I go put it in the papers. So you could go straight to them and left me running about the place. Me have no money. They did not pay me. That's as simple as that. The other day they had what is called them fellas? Them fellas who does hug up people with hand grenade in the back pocket. They're not the fellas who does do it the suicide bomber. In Trinidad, because of bad pay, they hire a fella to be a suicide bomber. You understand? And they give him all the ingredients, C4, old West clocks, the things that will blow up the thing. And he take an advance. And he tell them, I alone go dead if you don't pay me the balance before I blow up the people. Because he ain't taking chance. The bad pay. But he take an advance on the suicide bombing. And he taking the balance because he had to run to mine and thing. So he go give them the money and bow. Pressure. He going down the road to KC joint. He going and blow up KFC on the NAD. He going down the road to KC joint and he meet a girl. Friday, the bombing. And he talked to the girl and the girl only had time Friday. He's supposed to blow up the place 4 o'clock, but the girl could meet him 5. So what he do is, he ring the men who gave him the advance and say, if you give me more advance, I could push it back an hour. Because he meet a girl. Well, needless to say, he gone back by the men, they take back the money and the thing real cough. And when in the hospital, he tell the police and the police say, we're touching that now, boy. So he get off. But you see, that is the problem with Trinidad. It's not a direct country. You understand? Trinidad has talk in metaphor. They just say, but you's a ass boy. But the rest of the Caribbean, they say, you are behaving like a donkey. But Trinidad have a way, but you's a ass boy. So that is a different in speech. And that is the problem. Jamaica does say me and niam. Tobago does say me and niam. Trinidad does say, but I will eat. Same thing. And you have to know, a fatigue to a Trinidadian Guinea next month fatigue could have killing. Because everybody grew up different. Bajan people learn English. Me know what Trinidadian learn, but whoever they learn could kill all away. Let me make this point here. What story all you want first? The Viagra story or the hospital story? You want the Viagra first? This is a story that is true. However, it has a moral. And it's a moral for fellas over 60 years old. And it is a moral concerning your ego. You're just born with an ego. But at 18 years, your ego does stop growing and left you to behave yourself with this ego staying 18 years old. What has happened is when you reach 60, you have an 18-year-old ego. So young Saga girl with tattoo across the waist and chewing gum like it's coals. and powder down like the thief the mother flower and bathe down yourself. And the waist outside and heavy tattoo and all these things. Your ego does be damaged, but not you. So you just be going your way normal and your ego choking you in your ribs. Look at thing, boy. You are young thing, You with your 6-year-old self know you go dead. Know you go dead. Your first question to your ego is, what go do with that? That's not the problem. You must have one of that. We go tell St. Peter when you're dead and didn't have one of that. And that is the problem. You tell your ego, me sure I could handle that. That could kill me. Liver, spleen, pancreas, me diabetes, me elephantiasis, and me polomyelitis. All that go up. I can't take that pressure. You go say, you have to use a little bit of strength you have to have things that could assist you. And stupid you, listening to this mad 18-year-old say, say yes. Say go on TV tonight and see if you see an advertisement for Viagra. And you go on TV and see a man in a pickup with 2 mules pulling the pickup and a trailer in the back with 4 horses getting pulled through mud. I have no idea how that explained to you that you could be with an 18-year-old. But you see it and your ego, next day say, I see it, your ego telling you, that could be you. I said, but what go do with 2 horses in front? May I pick up? He said, no, that is the strength and vigor. I said, I go on back and look at it again. And they say, if you could stand up and perform for more than 4 hours, talk to your doctor. And I studied when I was 17. I couldn't make 4 hours. I said, Sprangy, this is for you. They're dead. And then me go kick back in and say, all right, I go make all the arrangement. Or everything you see tackling. I say, 4 hours, boy. I say, it's only 1 hour to take. He said, well, it's 4 hours. He said, you could take 2 days a day work. And you could knock off a piece and take lunch. I said, what the hell? I said, I said, that. I said, so let me go and talk to my doctor. He said, stupid or what? The doctor go tell you, no. I know a man on the steps. He have a cousin in New Jersey. He just sent for me. We'll talk to you. He go, it made me ribs. Say, we have it. So we line up these things to come every hour for 8 hours. And in the skip hour where we taking lunch, we go drink a punch. We go eat 2 fig. And in case we ain't get enough thing to make the full 8 hours, we could always find a hole in a mattress, a hole in a tree. We could lash 2 goats on a cow. I say, you call me name, bring it. My son, he bring these 2 blue tablets. He say, take off a quarter. That's lunchtime, and eat the rest. Yatax. And I drink down my water, laga. And I ready. And while I taking it, he tell me, by the way, you go know when it's ready because you go get length. And you go get girth. I say, I ready, I drink it down, I drink down my water, laga. And I prime up and waiting. 4 o'clock when the thing's supposed to start. But At 4:15, my body started to vibrate. What the hell is this, man? So I waited, I said, well, that must be part of the thing. I said, that must be the advance notice. Half past. None of the thing I come to, eh? So I'm glad now because I'm waiting for it to kick in. And I will start to ring things. Because I could always start with the cow and the goat and the tooth. I said, this ain't looking good. I called me doctor. I said, doctor. He said, what to you? I said, I take 1.5. He said, 1.5 what? I said, the blue tablet. He said, oh God. He said, and what happened? I said, no length, no girth, and a trembling. He said, go and get a jug of water. Drink the whole jug of water and lie down quietly. I said, but what about the grrr? He said, boss, at your age, he said, you know, when Wasai had no water, the pipe does vibrate. He said, well, you don't have enough blood for that work. So Tesses, don't let your ego lead you astray. Want all you to know? I have this information for all you too. For years, they have been telling we all kind of things that we're not understanding because the English ain't right. Here, this piece of thing a man come and tell me last week. He said he had an aunt who was a hoe. She take a lot of wood and build a concrete house. No. You see the problem? The next thing a man explaining to me, you're either a light sleeper or a hard sleeper. I say, break it down for me. He say, well, a light sleeper does sleep with a light on. I say, and a hard sleeper, I say, a hard sleeper does sleep with a... Anyway, let me talk that. You see, so the telling we thing, I tell good. It ain't good at all. Well, let me tell you, I have diabetes. When you have diabetes, you have to be particular what is your diet. The best advice I get so far is bread and Karaili. I said, oh God, bread and Karaili? Say yes. That is getting diabetes one time. Bread and a green Karaili. My dear friend, I make a sandwich. The first bite I take, the bread gone up in the roof of my mouth and say, I'm not coming down till you swallow that. You know, in the middle of that, diabetes Fred Karaili. They're mad. But there is a black cake, commercial black cake they're selling, cake like my mother used to make. A kiss cake. Kiss cake, when you buy the kiss cake, the little one, when you hold it, so all the vein in your neck does stand up. And I buy a kiss cake. As I carried home, my wife cut it in half and eat where she have. Stupid me with my diabetes decides she ain't getting no more. So I eat where the other half. Well, boy, my blood sugar pass the right-hand side of the machine. When I test my sugar, the needle break. And a red light come on. That means my sugar too high. And my wife self, the cake thief, carry me Mount Hope. And they say, well, they have to put me on insulin and I have to stay a night. And I say, well, cool. And they put about 16 tube in my 2 hands, 8 apiece, and put me to lay down. My dear friend, I born in the 40s. I grew up in the 50s. They put me in a pamper. Now, when you grow up under diaper, as your diaper get wet, you know, and your mother just come and give you a clean one. So I know in a pamper, I asked the nurse, but I see nobody and staying with me. What happened when I use the pamper? She said, could use that whole night. I from the diaper generation. So they tell me use it whole night. Next morning they come and nearly drunk. All up in the back of my neck here. Water. I say I can't take the pressure. On top of that they started to give me solids. But I can't do that and wait and do that again. I go dead. So I lock off the back exhaust. And I swimming in my pampers good. I make 2 days, my sugar come down and they send me home. And I forget that the back close off. My dear friend, I tell you this. When you hear you cannot go off and you're eating and time to go off and it ceases, after a time, you doesn't know if you're coming or going. Because when you sit down and it hit the orifice and it's too big for the orifice and it's a big stone, you just stand up and oh, but you can't go off. So 3 days after they send me home, my stomach hard like Chinese arithmetic. And nothing happening. Nothing. But I eating. Well, boy, my wife said have a thing called enema. And come and have me set up like it's a football match. And stick the enema, eat it and send up the water. Nothing. But I remember, as a little fella, when we first went to live with my father, he teach me to dig a ruble drain. And if you move the first set of big stone, the water will know where to go. So I tell my wife, bring some the white gloves that is used now. And I go on back like my football coach. And I shift. Well, it had to be big stone because it hit the bowl, ping, and my dear friend, a Tiantec lamppost, in terms of diameter, is only about an inch smaller than the size of the projectile. The problem is, I never had that size and nothing. How that get that size? And thing coming out, I can't even walk now. I have to walk with my hand because and from that day to this, I have a healthy respect for homosexuals. So ladies and gentlemen, it was nice.